So remember the credit card story? Well, this continues. I went to New Zealand with my credit card and I was trying to buy some things with it and it kept declining. So I went to the bank to get it sorted. Now, I often think about sometimes when there are circumstances that happen that aren't so ideal and where you can get a bit upset about them. But honestly, this was all part of this God story, because the teller at the bank said to me that it was all going to be okay and that I could go and continue to shop with my card. Well, it wasn't okay, and I had to come back to the bank. I got another teller who was very apologetic, and she started looking at the transactions that I'd tried to do, and I said to her that a number of my transactions had been declined, and how I had been trying to buy a Bible the other day, and that got declined too. And she said, "Oh, how embarrassing." And then I thought, I'll just ask her a question. Do you know much about the Bible? Well, she said, the Old Testament, the New Testament, there's a number of books. And it was almost like I'd put her on this instant quiz. And I laughed and said, "Oh, sorry, my question probably wasn't that easy to understand. I guess I just wanted to know, have you ever tried reading the Bible before?" Well, I got to talk to this girl about how she has been on a journey with God and how she started to go to church and how she's really enjoying it. As part of the conversation continued, she had to make a phone call to be able to get my credit card sorted out. Well, would you believe that phone call, I think, was about 17 minutes of me waiting? And in those 17 minutes, I was able to share with her all about what Jesus had done for her on the cross. Well, she thought she was following Jesus. She had never made a commitment to do that. And partway through the conversation, she's like, "I'm really enjoying this conversation. This is amazing." But she was also saying, "I don't know why they're taking so long to answer the phone call. But I do, because it was just enough, just long enough for me to be able to share with her all that God wanted her to know that day." And in the end, I left laughing, thinking, sometimes we have problems like this credit card. It wasn't activating. It wasn't working right, but instead of getting frustrated, I was able to use this as an opportunity to be able to see God working not only in my life, but in other people's lives too. Are there some problems that have been happening in your life that God wants to turn into God moments instead of moments that ruin your day?